Woo! On the count of 3, we're going to do our best, either Vin Diesel or The Rock impersonation. Alright? Or Jason Statham. Ready? So, right, you go first. It has to be one of the 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I don't even know what to do.
Right, you count me in.
Wait.
You count me in.
Okay.
You count me in.
1, 2, 3.
Salute, my familia. Could you tell which one that was?
I mean, I think it was supposed to be Vin Diesel.
What do you mean it's supposed to be? You do your impression then. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's my.
Oh, you did the eyebrow.
I did the Rock eyebrow.
If you're going to do an expression by The Rock, at least do that he's smelling something. No, he would go. Like that. That's what he's supposed to do.
I was just in the eyebrow.
Or he could just go, you better hide that big ass forehead. Sounds more like Eddie Murphy than The Rock, doesn't it? Yeah. Or Vin Diesel sounds like, oi, my name is Vin Diesel and I'm from London.
That's not Vin Diesel, that's Jason Statham.
That's who I'm... Yeah, Jason Statham. That's who I meant.
Why'd you say Vin Diesel then?
I meant Jason Statham. Now here's my Ray Winston. Oi, my name's Ray Winston and I'm from London.
Anyway,
this is the new Super Bowl Fast and Furious 9 trailer. We're going to react. Because this is one of the more well-known universes. Can't even call it a world anymore because they've done everything short of going to space. So we're going to watch and we're going to react and we're going to talk about cars because that's what we know well.
The world has a way of changing, but there's one thing.
Doesn't Vin Diesel's head look photoshopped? What do you think?
Every day.
It's John Cena!
where? I didn't see him. Okay.
The world has a way of changing.
Oh, is that it?
I mean, it's only a Super Bowl.
That always stays the same. You miss the old life.
Do you?
Every day.
Every day. See, that sounded more like him, didn't it? Every day. Sounds a bit more like Sylvester Stallone, doesn't it? That is just ridiculous. Shut up, Michelle Rodriguez.
The issue I have with the Fast and the Furious movies is they started out as just like fast car movies. I know it's a really like obvious thing to say, but they were just like
They weren't even
street
that fast
races.
cars.
They were just street races, and they were like that were like, you know, are they criminals? Are they not? Like, and then it just turned into like flying cars. Like they're going on missions, even though they're like they have no reason to go on missions. It just became very daft.
I think I lost interest when a mechanic beat a Secret Serviceman. Because let's face it, Dominic Toretto is a mechanic. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what he is in the first movie. That's what he is in the second, third, and fourth, and fifth movies. He is essentially a mechanic. And then you have Jason Statham, who it says explicitly that he was a member of the SAS.
And he's like sort of one of the best like agents.
Yeah. And they get out there sort of big lumps of metal and they fight each other and Vin Diesel wins. I mean, I know it wouldn't work if Jason Statham won because it's about Vin Diesel. The whole thing's about Vin Diesel. But
So then don't introduce an SAS agent.
yeah, you could just have him as he's a bit of a gangster.
Yeah.
That's it. I know he's got to be, because everyone knows that. I think, to be fair, it's because everyone in the world knows that the hardest people in the world are the SAS.
Definitely the hardest people in the UK. I don't know if they're
No,
the hardest people in the world.
They're the hardest people in the world. So it only makes sense for them to be sort of, you know. The other thing as well is, right, in most of the movies, there's like one ridiculous thing that happens. Like, the rest of the movies, semi-believable, except, and then there's like one or two moments that's just completely ridiculous.
Like flying cars.
Like flying cars. Like when they drop the plane, like when they drop the car out of the plane in the seventh one, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then in the eighth one, it's like remote controlling cars.
Uh-huh.
But I just spat a lot. But in the 8th one, there's like maybe 2 or 3 where like the Rock pushes a missile off course, and stuff like that. And then obviously the Hobbs and Shaw one decided to turn up the ridiculous, and then it feels like for this one they've turned up the ridiculous even more. So like the person that died comes back to life. Then there's that thing where the van pulls the car through a street into a van. That's just ridiculous. And before you say that could absolutely happen, no, it couldn't.
Physics people.
Then there's the other shot that in the last trailer where he drives onto a chain, like an anchor or something that's on a chain, and flips round onto the other side of the cliff. It's just ridiculous.
Hmm.
But it doesn't matter because this movie will make $1 billion.
Well, I mean, it's an action movie, isn't it? I think people like to look at the action of it.
These have got such a cult following. It's actually ridiculous. I think it's actually the 4th most profitable franchise.
Yeah. I think the thing is with me, like, I can go and I'll watch it and I'll appreciate the action, like it's really good shots, fair enough. And then afterwards I'll sit there and I'll think about like the first movie compared to this, and I'm like, the first movie was one of my favourites out of the whole series, just because of the simplicity of it. And I thought
the first one
and then the 4th one, my favourites.
Wait, which first one?
Like the first one with Vin Diesel in it, and where they're like they steal like the DVD players or whatever.
You've seen that film?
Yes.
Who's the bad guy?
It's the gang, isn't it? I have seen the first one. My point is that was very like, it wasn't necessarily believable, but you could be like, okay, fair enough.
It was way more believable than every film that's come on since.
It's like every movie, it's like just.
The thing is, I lied earlier on. I never gave up when Vin Diesel beat Jason Statham. The moment I gave up was when The Rock became a cartoon character.
Oh.
In the 5th movie, The Rock comes in, right, and he's got very few lines, and he talks to this guy, and he says, "I need 2 things. Translator," and that's Chris Hemsworth's wife. I like her smile. That was the only joke he made, right? That was the only joke he made in the whole film. The rest of it's stupid. Any joke that he makes, he does make. But then, and the guy goes, "What's the second thing?" And The Rock turns around and goes, "Stay the fuck out of my way."
Yeah.
And he's like, he's
very cool, yeah.
And then you fast forward to the 8th one, and he's doing the hacker with his girls' football team. It's so stupid. Keep The Rock as a cool guy. He's not even in this film, so I suppose that's a mercy.
He is still cool. It's just, I get what you mean though. They made him the comedy character, and he didn't need to be. They made The Rock
not have to act in these movies. That's what they made him. Like in that bit where he's holding the helicopter by the chain, he's not acting there. He's just doing that, isn't he?
I guess.
But I know how much you hate that scene because it's just ripped right out of the Marvel universe.
Well, no, it's just, again though, I get he's a big guy, but come on, it's a helicopter.
Yeah. So why was it okay for?
Because he's a super soldier that's enhanced.
You see how she had that response ready.
No, but I mean though, they have to like. There isn't any of that though, is there? These aren't like superhumans. Like they do have limitations.
Yeah.
That's the difference, isn't it?
It's supposed to be that, yeah.
There's supposed to be like a point where you're like, okay, these are just ordinary people. Why in the heck are they doing this? How is that even happening? Where's physics?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't. I love how we haven't gone back through this trailer.
No,
we just talked about why we don't like
we don't need to sort of pull apart the actual trailer. I've got no interest.
I mean, I probably will see it, and I'll probably appreciate the action of it. That doesn't mean I'll.
To be fair, I've got to see every single one since the 5th one, so I'll probably go and see it. So I'm part of the problem that I was whinging about earlier on.
It's just very.
How did they said that it's going to end with 10 though? Isn't 10 the last one?
Who did I say that?
No, I'm pretty sure they said that.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're doing this one and then a 10th one, but then it'll probably carry on because The Rock and Jason Statham decided.
Well, The Rock and Jason Statham are apparently going to be. That's apparently going to be a told like.
Yeah, they're the new team, isn't it?
What is it? A side quill or something? Of the call? Is it what it's called? Where it's like a
side quill.
Yeah.
Why don't just call it a side quest? Just call it side. That's so.
No,
more
because it's a sequel, but it's not a sequel of this story.
Yeah.
It's a side quill.
Yeah, they also said this is the new team, isn't it? So it's like
it's Jason Statham,
The Rock,
The Rock,
Kevin Hart, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
if Ryan Reynolds isn't the bad guy.
But yeah,
What's your opinion on Han being back alive?
I mean, he got blown up by Jason Statham, so I don't really understand how he could.
Yeah,
come
and
back.
his death is what cemented Jason Statham's place in the team. Everyone knows if you want to be in Vin Diesel's team, you've got to kill one of the other members. That's how the team works.
But the thing is though, the whole, like, the whole motivation for the 7th one, the 6th one,
Was the fact that they
the
killed
7th
Han.
one was the fact that he killed Han, and that's why he went after him and everything. So if you take that away and Han comes back, then it's like, well, what was the point in the 7th one?
I would not be surprised if Gal Gadot's sister is Cypher, Charlize Theron. If you're going to bring Han back, just bring back all the dead characters.
I mean, Charlize Theron is in this.
No.
Is that what you were saying?
No,
But do you think Gal Gadot's going to come back?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at this point.
The thing is, what I never understood about that is the fact that.
Would that kill you? What happened to her? Would it kill you?
Well, I mean, didn't Luke Evans' character also fall out of the plane and he still lived? So why couldn't...
Maybe she's alive. She's just all sort of scarred on one side of her face. Maybe Charlize Theron is Gal Gadot. Plastic surgery. Something to be said in this film, though. I'm going to try and find the shot.
Charlize Theron, isn't she like...
Theron.
I
You're saying Theon. Theon's the guy from Game of Thrones.
I know what I'm just saying. Isn't she supposed to be related or something to Jason Statham's character?
Is she?
I don't know. The 8th one was very hazy for me. I didn't really understand what purpose she served.
She was the one who was putting all the teams together. And Dom was the one who was cheating around with it. I'm trying to find the picture of her. Where is she?
And also,
there's Helen Mirren, national treasure. Doesn't she look great with every hairstyle that she has? She's got strong cheekbones.
When you're as pretty as her, you can pull off any hairstyle.
That's true.
But yeah,
no, she's not related to any of them.
Isn't what's she called? It's gonna be back in it.
Helen Mirren.
No, not Helen Mirren.
Dom's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Paul Walker's character isn't going to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, and before you think we're being, what's the word? What's the word?
We're not trying to be mean towards a franchise. We just think it's becoming a bit like...
It's a joke of itself, isn't it? That's what it is.
The thing is, though, they must know that it's becoming so, like, daft, but it still makes money, and that's why they keep on making them. And
it's like the Transformers film. Everyone says the Transformers films are terrible, but they make loads of money.
Yeah.
So they keep making them, and it's like... That's what...
I think it's just... When you look at the first movie... And you look at
even the fifth movie.
Well,
the fourth movie. The fourth movie is a big steaming pile of cow turd.
The fifth movie is one where they rob the bank. That's what I'm. Yeah, fifth movie. Even that's semi-realistic, kind of. It's not.
The fifth one was the last realistic one.
I remember watching the fifth one and being like outraged, like how in the heck could those cars pull that bank safe thing, and how could that even happen? But then after watching like the 6th, 7th and 8th one, I was like, okay,
yeah, what we're trying... Insensitive, that's what I was looking for. We're not trying to be insensitive when we say that Paul Walker's character isn't going to be in it, because obviously Paul Walker
we assume he's not going to be in it because they've made points in the past that say they don't want to.
Yeah. So then how can you explain her getting involved and him not? What plot point could that make sense?
They made a point in the
8th one.
Was it the 8th one or
where
was it the 7th one?
Despite Dom going bad, they are not, whatever happens, they're not going to bring Letty and
because
Brian
in the 7th one, the end of the 7th one, they said, okay, like they're just going to go off and raise their family and be that's what they're going to do, and they're not going to be in it again.
Yeah.
So her being in it looks like she's going to be in it for quite a bit of it.
Well, she's in a car.
So she has,
So she's probably going to play a big part.
It's kind of like, okay, but why... It doesn't make sense for her to be in it and not him. Yeah.
Plot-wise, it doesn't make sense. Nicole said that apparently... This is Nicole. I'm going to attribute this one to Nicole. Yeah. This isn't my theory. This is Nicole's. Nicole said that she thinks one of the plot points is that Dom's son gets taken by John Cena. What's John Cena's character called again?
I don't know.
Isn't he called Sam or something like that?
Is it John Cena supposed to be related?
Dom's brother. Yes. Which, again, ridiculous.
Because when in the heck did they ever mention that they also had another brother?
They didn't.
Unless the plot point is that they didn't know he existed.
Yeah, it's probably like a half brother. But
Nicole thinks that
Nicole
he's
thinks
going
to steal Dom's son. Which, isn't that slightly the 8th film? Doesn't that happen in the 8th film? 8th film?
Well, I mean, they have
She steals Dom's son.
Chris Evans' wife.
You should really learn her name. What's her name? Pam Tetranecki or something like that, isn't it?
What else? Well, her real name's Elsa.
Elsa... What's her second name? It's Petranaki or
I
something.
don't know how to pronounce it.
I know it's not Petranaki because Petranaki is the arena in Star Wars Battlefront 2. in Star Wars Attack of the Clones, sorry. That's the stadium.
I don't know what a character name is though.
It's P, begins with a P. Anyway, what was I saying? That's what Nicole thinks.
So Nicole thinks that's going to be... So it's going to be the 8th movie again?
Yeah. Except this one doesn't have The Rock or Jason Statham in it.
That was sad.
What?
I thought that was quite interesting, the fact they killed her off
She
in
was
the
just...
8th movie. It was sad though, because she had his son and it was like, he couldn't do anything to save her and she died. I was like, oh, that's very sad. So...
I wasn't that bothered.
But it's going to... Yeah, is she a bad guy? Is her character...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first trailer made out was if she was helping Dom's brother, John Cena.
I don't...
It's going to be hard watching this film, isn't it? We're not going to be able to see one of the main bad guys.
Yeah. I was quite proud of myself for that joke.
It was a good joke.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, we will see it, obviously, and we'll be able to appreciate the action of it, but I think the...
Do you want to hear some shade? You ready? Ready for this? We know that most of Universal's profit is coming from this one, because it's sure as hell not coming from the DCEU. I'm joking. Yeah. We'll probably go and see it.
And I'll probably be very, very confused. I was quite confused during the 8th movie.
The 8th movie isn't even that confusing.
I thought it was confusing who she was. She kind of just came into it and we were supposed to know who she was.
She was like the Overlord.
I know, but they just brushed on it. They didn't ever fully
They did. They were all at the computers.
Oh, it's just weird. I didn't...
We'll start paying more attention when we watch films.
I do pay attention. It's hard to pay attention when they're driving their cars on ice and trying to chase her and the Rock's, doing this weird stuff. I'm just like...
It's weird how the Rock can be in a tank and some of the rest of them are in Ferraris and stuff and the tank keeps up with the Ferraris. That's weird.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a weird world we live in.
I don't know.
Mind you, we don't live in this world, but,
yeah.
It's still a weird world. Anyway, let us know down in the comments if you're excited to see the film. What is your theories going to be? Do you think you will be able to see John Cena?
Maybe that's why they can't catch him, because they can't see him.
Yeah, that's why he is the best assassin in the world. Do you actually enjoy watching the films? Do you think they should go back to more... I mean, they're not going to do that. We know they're not going to do that. Do you think they're better when they were more realistic, or do you think they're better now that they're more like Transformer films? What do you think the plot's going to be? Apart from that, like the video...
This trailer gave nothing away on the basic plot, I've just noticed. There was no, hint as to what the plot is remotely.
It was only a 30-second clip.
It just showed us all of the characters that are going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
That was it. I feel like this trailer was just us really complaining about this.
Yeah, it was.
That's all this is.
Not even bothered. Subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. Anything else you want to say while you're in a whingy mood?
It's stupid that Han's back.
Thanks for watching.
I need to know. Now take it home as the night begins.